Welcome back to DreamHack Open December, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last event before Christmas for us, Hawker, and I'm looking forward to getting into the second map here. We've got so much action on the server right now, and Dust 2, well, it had a lot of moments that delivered, Alex. We've seen some crazy rounds from both teams, a huge performance out of JO. Heading into the second map, though, what do we think about the saw's chances of winning this?
I think this should still be a close map. Just looking at the recent results for sAw on this, they're not too bad. They've got wins against Sprout. They've got wins against Fours, who are a really solid Inferno team. Fours love to play this map. And more importantly, last time these two teams played, just a month ago, sAw actually beat Nemiga on this map 16-7. Nemiga have still decided to go back to it, but it's definitely a map that sAw are decent on. It's definitely a map they can play. So I don't think that we can just assume this is going to be a 2-0 Dinko. I think we should have more exciting Counter-Strike coming at you. I can't promise it's going to live quite up to Dust 2, but I think it's still going to be a good game.
Yeah, I agree for one reason, and that's mainly because we've seen a lot of individuals step up heading into the second half there for sAw. Now, they were non-existent in the first half, Alex. We did not see much out of Mutas. We did not see much out of Roman. But both of those players had very good performances on the second half. So let's hope that we can see a better performance at the start here for sAw out of those two players. You want to see a more consistent performance across the board from both of these two players and the whole team across this board right now, because Nemiga very solid here. It's going to be a big peek down. Banana, Arky, and Roman taking two early kills, but Lollipop battling back on the Glock. He's got two big kills that have drawn this back into a 3v3.
Oh, Arky dealt with, though. Now it's only Stododo remaining alive on the B-bomb site for sAw. He's going to have to hold on, and he's not landing the early shots. It's MDS to remove him from the action and leave it all on Mutarus. That bomb is being planted. Still nades left for Nemiga as well. Another smoke goes down into CT, but Mutarus pushes through it. Good kill to begin with, but he needs more where that came from, and he's not going to be able to find it. Lollipop closes out the round with a 3K, and Nemiga win another pistol. They are now 3 for 3 in pistols in this series, Dinka.
Nemiga definitely had some questionable pistol rounds, I say, Alex, in terms of how close they have been. You know, they could have went either way, really, but they always seem to pull them off, right? They always seem to get that next level and take the pistol over the line. No matter if it's in the 3v3 or down to the 2v2s, they still pulling it off. And Fox had a lot of moments in that first half. He's going to be trying to start things off with the MAC-10 in this one to pick up that money early on. Nemiga.
And I do SpeedAct for buying an MP5.
See, Alex, I don't think the MP5 is that bad. And I'm going to give you a reason. The skins are pretty cool, all right? And we've got some new skins out for the MP5 here.
All right, let's see what skin he's got then. What skin does SpeedAct have on the MP5?
It better be one of the new ones. Or like the... Okay. Yeah, that's not... It's interesting. I don't even know what that skin is, to be honest. But...
I don't either. Looks quite like steampunky, is the way I'd describe it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting nonetheless, but I do agree. MP5 is a bit of a terrible buy. For one reason, Alex. MAC-10 is cheaper and it's better.
Yeah, in most circumstances, you'd probably be okay with the MAC-10. Even the MP7, slightly better stat-wise in terms of the stats compared to the MP5. But here comes the aggression. JO eventually getting that kill, running onto the B-bomb site. Mutarus not able to do anything. Solid B execute from Nemiga, and it should win them the round.
Oh, Stododo turning around. Box with the MAC-10 has taken down Stododo, and that's Roman. Saving at MP9. Absolutely nothing picked up here for sAw. And I have to say, when you do take a look at this round, you would have liked a little more out of sAw in terms of the investment. It came into it with quite a bit. So you would have liked to have seen a couple more kills come through, maybe do some damage to that T-side economy. But now that Nemiga have not even dropped a single player, they'll be feeling very comfortable about this. They got 2 on the MAC-10 as well, off box, and JO picking one up as well. So they've got a lot of money being picked up out of this round. So honestly, pretty good start coming in here for Nemiga. They won't be sweating it at all.
Everyone surviving on the Nemiga side. As you said, they will be pretty happy with how this game has started. Roman saving that one MP9 for sAw. Single flashbang bought by Mutarus. Not much to work with for them. I'm wondering if we see more of the crazy box in this game, because I feel like he wasn't as aggressive as I'm used to seeing him on Dust 2. But I feel like on Dust, you can't always play that way. On the CT side, for example, you have to play quite regimented. So here on Inferno, I think Box can probably get pretty aggressive on the T side. We already saw him flying fast with the MAC-10 in the previous one. And I know Box likes to play aggressive, so let's see what he's doing here.
Box running forward, the MAC-10 taking down the first and the second as well, Alex. Absolutely tearing them to pieces. Justin sAw take it away. And that's the B-bomb site lost in the round 1. sAw will be going into the next round with a loss under their belt. Nemiga, a lot of money being picked up. It's going to be 3-0, opening things up for them. On Inferno. And I know JL probably had a great time top fragging. But, take a look at the team. We wouldn't really complain if there was a much more of a team effort, right? Didn't have to do as much coming through. So we're looking to see if that's the case coming into this one. In fact, he will be decapitated by his own teammate. Lollipop taking him down out of the server. He said, J.O., I've had enough fun on map number 1. It's my turn. And Lollipop usually is that top fragger.
Yeah, and Lollipop was still solid on the first map. I think he ended on 24 kills, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to go double check that. Lollipop. Oh, he dies to the bomb. That's the AK lost.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Luckily not recovered, but still, that's a big investment, right? You wanted to keep that round as clean as possible. When you take a look at all the rewards you get out of just winning those first 3 rounds and not really dying and getting a lot of those kills in the MAC-10, you're going to have a lot of money picked up. But take a look at the buy right now, right? They've got an MP5, an AWP, and 3 AKs, Alex.
Yeah, it's not an awful buy, and they still have money in the bank. It's just a shame that MDS has to use the MP5 now instead of the AK that could have been saved. Speedak down to 55 health from the early nades. Oh, there could be a nade landing on his face as well. Bounced off the wall, down to 45 health, down to 22. The nade damage doing wonders for sAw at the start of this round, and they are still sticking around at the top of Banana.
So just to confirm as well, for you guys at home and for you, Alex, Lollipop finished on 24 kills on Dust 2. He went 24 and 21, which would be a very impressive performance because the top fragger for sAw actually was sAw on 24 kills, but Lollipop was on 24 and J.O. had 37 kills. That's pretty wild. In regulation as well, just casual 1.91 rating.
Yeah, going to be hard for him to live up to that in this map, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. If he pulls this off, man, I don't know what to say. There's some incredible Baltic players right now, right? We've got some amazing Lithuanian players coming up, Estonians, Latvians. There's so many good players from that region now coming out. And I'm glad, Alex. Tom brought up the point to Brokey, actually, at the previous DreamHack Masters event. He asked him a question during the interview. He asked, do you think there's going to be a super team, or do you think there could be a super team of Baltic players? And he said no, but I feel like there could be, for sure.
15 seconds here for Nemiga. A very late B execute. They've got to get clean kills onto the site, and sAw might have something to say about that. The lineup comes through. 2 kills for him, but the bomb should be planted safely on the site. Nemiga get that down out in the open. sAw still have the man advantage for the retake, though.
They do, but there's no kit right now for the retake, and Arky's just going to take the headshot onto Lollipop. That leaves Box alone in a 1 versus 3. All of them coming in from CT, luckily, so he's got a decent angle to try and deal with that. The first kill picked up. Arky goes down, a second attempt here as well onto Roman. He's done it. Now just 1 more player, and Box has pulled it off. 4 kills, the 1v3 clutch, and Nemiga. They stay flawless.
Brilliant from Box in the clutch. This time it seems like it's Box who's having an incredible start to this game with 9 kills from the first 4 rounds. And sAw are actually just coming right back with a force buy after losing that round. That's a little bit surprising. On the one hand, Nemiga obviously don't have much money left because they lost almost all their players in the last round. But looking at sAw's buy here, the MP9s are going to have to do the heavy lifting for the team. There's 4 MP9s in play, and the aggression's paid off for sAw. The run and gun successful down Banana, and now Nemiga have to realize this is a force buy, and they've got to make sure they know how to handle it.
MDS starting his walk up bananas. Dododo's about to come around the corner with the MP9s. Picked up 1 kill. sPAC and Lollipop doing some work back. And now Muto's trying his best, but Lollipop's run over the top of him. And now Arky and Roman, the last 2 remaining players, desperately trying to get across here as Arky. He's made his way into ruins and he can get close towards sPAC, and he will just take 1 bullet from the FAMAS and go down here, so it has to be quick. The lineup, in fact, of 2 players, and it's once again all on Box. He has to pull off the 1v2 clutch in the post plant. He's got the AK at long range, and they're just taking their time, waiting for the second player to get into a better position. And as they limit the spots of where Box could be playing from, they're going to realize it has to be CT. He's got the lineup for the defuse through that smoke, and no one's on it yet. The Molotov's going to go in. He still has a decent position for this. The lineup needs to come through, and he's not going to get a single kill as Roman through the smoke connects with the MP9, and the defuse is stuck just about getting it over the line, and the win coming in from sAw.
Yeah, even though Banana got smoked there, most pros nowadays are really good at lining that up onto the bomb. They know how to line up that angle precisely to spray towards it. Unfortunately for Box there, he doesn't get the chance to go for the full spray because Roman comes right at him with the MP9, landing a couple of shots of his own through the smoke. And the force buy successful from sAw, but even with that round win with MP9s, it was a close one, and Nemiga got the bomb down. So Nemiga still get a bomb plant. The risk in the last round from sAw kind of pays off for them, but I'm sure they would have liked to reset Nemiga's economy, which is not the case. There are still AKs in play, and there's a flash through the smoke. Dododo struggling with a FAMAS. He falls early. I almost feel like if he has an MP9 there, Dinko, he might be better off to get that kill.
Yeah, I think so. JO just about getting that opening. Surviving on a slither of HP. And the round does begin with Nemiga in front. They will be looking to try and take themselves a 5th round if possible, sending the money back to the bin from sAw. If you think about that last round, you realize how many casualties were involved for the Portuguese side. They're going to be setting up with their execute into this B-bomb site. Smoke going down into the spawn. Just one player here. It's just. And he will have to try and step up. He's playing a good spot for it. Now they have to come through. The Molotov's into position. Mutos has taken 1 frag, but he's caught in the open. He's barbecued. Sent to the grave away from Lollipop. And now 30 seconds left. The bomb's starting to get planted, and kills just keep coming through for the Nemiga side. Arky and Roman having to save into the next round, Alex. And I mean, that's just a flawless execute from Nemiga. There's nothing really you can say about that one.
Yeah, getting that early kill on Banana always helps in that sense, being able to just execute onto B. I always say Inferno is one of the hardest maps to play 4v5 on CT side, because if it's a full execute coming at you on B and you have 2 CTs there, it is really hard to hold unless you have some excellent counter utility. And unfortunately, sAw don't have that this time round. Got to say as well, Dinko, it really feels like this has been just the B side of Inferno this game. Like every round almost feels like it's ended on the B side. Nemiga are really making the most of that side of the map right now, but it's working. They've already got 5 rounds.
I mean, it has been working for them, and I don't think they should change it, really. I honestly feel like they found what they need to do on that B side. Even in the round that they lost, right? It was, I think it was just the fact that Nemiga lost too many players in the post plant. And that lineup from the FAMAS, right? If that play doesn't come through, that's not really replicable either, right? It's not sustainable to require a hero play like that. I think even in that round, in another world, if you play that round out 10 times, they win 8 out of the 10, right? But I really do feel like Nemiga have struck gold on that B side, but they're going to be changing up this time, heading in towards A. Currently a 3-man setup here. The rifles are over on this side of the map, Alex.
Not sure about this angle from Arky. It feels very difficult to get a kill on this one, and we're already seeing that go against him. The flash comes through. MDS opens things up with the MAC-10, and now Roman is in a really rough spot.
Roman. Gonna be looking out to the right side. A big pick onto JO now. He's looking for a little bit more here. No, he's got a second. Just holding this boiler exit. He does so much work from that position. You do ask, where are the players swinging from Nemiga? Can there be a double split in towards that position? Can they neutralize Roman quicker there? But nonetheless, they get rid of him. And it's just left alone in a 1v3. You don't realize how much you say words, Alex, until there's a point where you've got a player or a team that has the word, right? For example, big.
Yeah, man, I say Stododo all the time.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. It's just always there in the back of your head. Stododo just always comes out. But I was just about to say, it's just. And we'll see what he can do in a 1v3. He got over the top. Nice headshot onto Lollipop. I mean, that's a haircut I would not be happy with. And 6-1 on the board for Nemiga.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a finessed haircut there, was it? It was a brutal one up close. Nemiga, though, proving that they can hit the A site too. They can do it both ways. They don't care. They are happy whichever site they hit. sAw, the fact that Roman gets 2 kills from his position and sAw still lose the round and no one else gets a single kill between them is kind of concerning, because Roman really overperformed from his position to get 2 kills considering the circumstances. It's not looking too good for sAw right now on this map. Hopefully they can change that, but Stododo's already been naded down to 28 health early on the B side of the map. That's forcing sAw to play pretty safe towards B, but the flashbang will help them try and retake top banana at least. Could see a nade come through from Just. There's still a fair bit of utility remaining for sAw, but top mid has been taken by Nemiga.
Now Lollipop walks out long and a big peek from Arky. Thought he was about to get more than one there. Looked like he had the lineup. Luckily, a kill from Lollipop does come through, but it's short-lived as Mutas keeps the man advantage of Blight for the defensive side. As Roman now under pressure and Pit, he's gone out to the left side, successful in taking down MDS. Now the utility continues to rain on in, and Box with a headshot has given them a chance to win this round again. He needs to take control of this A site. Bomb will go down. He's just going to commit to the default plant, knowing Jo can play from middle. Box needs to stay alive. He's crossed out to long, now trying to take the fight. That kill would have drawn it back into an equilibrium. That would have been a 2v2 into this post plant, but now Jo and Box need to close it out.
Tight angle from Box, but he knows he's taken one player down low, and Jo's got a freebie. Timing just right on the mid flank, and now Box is still staying on the site. He hears the steps, but as smoke lands in his face, he's going to wait for the tap to the bomb. He's not lined it up right. He's going to use a lot of bullets on the initial spam. They're still not on the bomb, but Box doesn't know that. He continues to spray away, eventually getting the kill he needed. And Mutas can't do anything here. 18 health. He's going to be dead. It doesn't matter. He's dead to the bomb. Box goes jumping at him with a knife. It's Nemiga with 7 rounds on the board. And even though they die at the end there, they don't care because they have got by far the better money right now.
Yeah, they have a lot of money to play with. And I have to say, sAw are doing a decent job at fragging. Right? They're doing a decent job at the individual level. It's just not enough, right? We're having these exit kills come through. We're having these little individual flashes, but I would much rather see a good crossfire come in from the teams that absolutely shut down the round. It feels like they're kind of getting picked apart in that respect, and the individual players are coming a little too late. Quick banana aggression coming in. Doesn't really work out for sAw, just the weaker weapons, and they get dispelled. Now we get to see what the call is. They've sent 2 players immediately over to patch up the hole on the B site. And Nemiga, they're just chilling right now, Alex. They have no real worries in the world. They just kind of take those 2 banana kills, start to walk up, and they're going to try and swing out onto Arky's position.
Peter playing up top. This position's quite hard to play effectively for more than 1 kill. You can get the first, but then you've got to drop down, and that means 2 players lining up for speed hack. That was 1 bullet taking down 2 of them, and that leaves Roman in a very poor position. Box is having a really good game this time as well, Dinko. 15 for 4. I mean, if Nemiga can just take it in turns to carry the game, then that's a pretty good recipe for success, to be honest.
Roman just chilling on the ramp. MP9 holding for an exit. They've been quite good at the exit kills, but I mean, the money hasn't really ever been that much of a problem for Nemiga. And Lollipop is going to find the headshot. Money is good again. And yeah, that's a fantastic round coming in from Nemiga. It won up. I think it's very important that you talk about Box's performance right now as well, Alex. Not just because he's got 15 kills, 4 deaths, but also because the round he won earlier actually give Nemiga the chance to be in the position they're currently in, right? If he loses that clutch on the post plant on the B side against 3 players, maybe sAw get the money going early. Maybe they start to win a few rounds and we're at a closer scoreline. Box has delivered some very impactful rounds for them. And sAw, unfortunately, haven't really got going other than that one retake round where they had a 2v1.
I was just looking at the scoreboard, and Nemiga have already won 3 1vx clutches in this game. So lots of clutch scenarios, lots of close rounds. I think that shows that this game has the potential to be closer than it's showing right now on the scoreline. But Nemiga have just been running away with those close rounds. Box has been getting opening kills as well. That's one of the things that's surprising to me is he's been clutching a lot. But he's normally one of the more aggressive players on this team. He's got a couple of opening kills in this game. We've seen him running in with the MAC-10, and yet he's still able to win some clutch scenarios for his squad as well. And now Nemiga look like they want to go back to the B site. Their executes here have been on point so far, but just gets the kill over the top of the half wall. Brilliant lineup to be aware of that angle, and finally sAw win one of the opening fights. And it's a clean one with Muterus getting a second kill at top mid.
Well, that's fantastic for sAw. This is the best start they've had in a very long time. And they might just be able to get a round win off the back of it. Arky just peeking out from the cover. He goes back again for a second, but Box is quicker. The AK taking the headshot. And Box now looking to do more, but he's shut down from pick. MDS caught out by Muterus as well. And he'll get one from the Griv. But nonetheless, a round picked up for sAw, and they've doubled their score line. That was the best round we've seen so far from sAw.
And this is where Nemiga's money isn't as established as it perhaps should be. I feel like in a couple of rounds, Nemiga have lost more players than they probably needed to, considering how one-sided this game started. So if sAw win this round, all of a sudden, Nemiga's money could be called into question, and then sAw have a chance to try and build up some rounds. And look at that nade. sPEEDAC and Box both down to half health on Banana. That is exactly the start that sAw would have wanted, but it's not going to slow Nemiga down.
Nemiga halted behind the smokes, actually, Alex. The Molotov goes down as well from the defensive side. You can see beyond the smoke itself. So that has actually scared Nemiga off a little bit, and they're going to leave one player in Banana. They've got JO just to maintain control, top B, and they're going to turn their attentions back over to the A side. Smoke goes down to the left side of brackets, and JO trying to attempt to fight alone, but he will fall to Just. And right now, Nemiga, they've given up all control, right? They have no player in Banana now. So they're going to have to turn their attentions back over there. And they've got no control over towards A either right now, Alex. I think Nemiga are in the worst spot.
The only upside is this B execute could still be successful with how sAw is set up right now. There are no nades for sAw, and they're playing a man in CT. So if Just gets smoked off, he's going to have a tough time helping his teammate on the site. And we're already seeing that execute come into play. sAw need to make sure they are ready to deal with this B aggression, because it's been a constant issue for them throughout this half.
Just holding on. He's got a good spray. He actually only gets one kill there, but if he continues to spray, probably gets more, and he goes back. A second kill collected. And now it's just MDS alone in a 1v3 clutch. He's down on 11 HP, so his chances are extremely slim at winning this round. And start peeking it from 2 different angles, and it's not really going to work out for him. 3 rounds picked up for sAw. Did start to worry there when they only got the 1 kill on the peak. I think Just probably should have gotten a little bit more there from that, but he goes back and gets the second kill. It's 3 up right now. So, like you said, Alex, the money problems have come in from Nemiga very quickly.
That's why I'm slightly surprised we didn't see MDS just try and commit to the bomb plant there. I think he maybe could have got the bomb down, and an extra $800 across the board could have been enough to maybe get a buy together. But instead, it's MDS who has to go for the hero AK. And definitely a chance for sAw to put up some CT rounds. Something that has been talked about quite a bit recently is that Inferno is now slightly T-sided statistically in the recent months. It's still a pretty balanced map, but I think if sAw gets 6 or 7 rounds, they're still really in this game. It's still anyone's game at that point. So we can't count them out just yet, because they started to gain some momentum, but MDS wins that first fight. He's stuck in the molly, though. He's going to burn alive. Let's see if Nemiga can get that gun back.
RFK with the M4, just holding the peak here from Lollipop, trying to grab an AK, eventually gets it, and he gets away as well. He can play with that AK up in the apartments alongside his teammate. And sPEEDAC is going to go down to Boiler. 50 seconds in play. Currently 3 players from the defensive side over on the A bomb site. Very passive setup on B right now as well, so not going to get a whole lot of info from that. And here comes the charge up Banana coming through. The bomb going up alongside J.O. just trying to charge through, trying to get onto the site. And Stadona's caught the info. Now he needs to step up with the M4. The AK trying to take him down. He's held back. He's done a very good job of just staying alive. And now he looks to deny the plant. Nearly 2 kills there on the transfer. He does get 1. And now we're into a 2v3.
Literally 1 health left on Lollipop after that shot landed through the coffins. J.O. has the Kevlar with the AK though, so hopefully he can try and trade off his teammate. It looks like J.O.'s the first point of contact right now though. I'm not sure that is the best setup for Nemiga right now. You probably want J.O. to be set up for success, but he's about to be double peaked. No way he can do anything there. And Lollipop on 1 health have no chance in the clutch. Nemiga just couldn't get into a good enough setup to win the post plant, and saw run them over on the retake.
Yeah, I agree. That all comes down to the setup there in the post plant. You know, Lollipop not really wanting to venture much further than the coffins, right? 1 HP, could have gone down to the CT wide angle if he's crossing over. But yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there in the post plant for Nemiga. But nonetheless, they get the bomb down, they get it close. But this is a round they have to win, Alex. You come into this one, you've invested everything, you've played everything on the table, all the chips are in the middle. You lose this round, you're down and out, you have no money going into the next one, and sAw likely reach 6 rounds.
Oh, ooh, Molly goes close. That's going to help sAw hold on to Banana, but a Molly keeps them locked in. Nade doing damage now. Nemiga taking damage across the board, continuing to exchange utility. Speedak and Box are so low on health here. sAw making sure they hold on to Banana and making sure they do a lot of damage on the early hold. They're finally going to fall back to the site, but considering the amount of damage they've done with those nades, I think that's okay for them. They'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's very solid. You know, I've seen 2 players pinned near the sandbags. I got a little bit worried. The reaggression, oh, that is not the time to pull the molly. And he will go down without a single kill. And now all the pressure is on Justin. He has been taken down as well. Mudra coming into a solid position at Ruins, but they've already sunk their teeth deep into this B bomb site. They've got the bomb plant. And there's no utility left for this retake, Alex. It has to be the safe call coming in from sAw.
J.O. has consistently been playing that aggressive Banana player role for Nemiga. The guy that oftentimes has to take the nade damage, oftentimes has to run in first up Banana. That's always going to be a harder role to play and to frag from, similar to the previous game on Dust 2. But sometimes you're going to get rounds like that, where you run in first and you just get the timing right. You catch sAw off guard, you get the 2 entry kills, and you win your team the round. That is now 9 for Nemiga. And sAw have to try and stay on top of their economy. They've got to save all 3 of these guns into the next just to make sure they can buy, which will be able to come through for them. But at this point, sAw could really do with winning 1, or probably most likely they want 2 more rounds at the end of the half here to be comfortable.
Yeah, 9-6. It was the scoreline they got over on Dust 2. It was actually quite a similar story, Alex, where we've seen a bit of a resurgence, but it was actually on the T side that they managed to pull it back to 6 rounds, and they looked better on the CT side, which is the worrying factor for me, Alex. You know, you take a look at the scoreline right now, 9-4. There's still a chance, you know, Nemiga can get double figures at this half, and sAw actually looked better on the defensive side in Dust 2 than they did on the T side, so that does worry me slightly. We'll see. As Nemiga setting up, looking to hit this A site. I think Mudra should have heard the pins there down mid, but going for a little spam. Needs to be careful he doesn't get caught here. Smokes re-smoke down into mid. No one's coming through it from Nemiga. Instead, they're going to start turning their attentions back over towards Banana. There's currently a deep smoke in here, so they should just wait this out. Or at least they're going to start walking through it. There's a bit of a gap to play with, Alex, and Stadona's got the info, and he's not taking a fight. Instead, he comes back into position and tries to set up with his teammate, but look at Nemiga. They've left B.
Much better from Nemiga here. They bait out a lot of early nades. They realize that sAw maybe were trying to take Banana, so they force sAw back from that position. And now sAw are kind of playing a guessing game. Roman's getting aggressive, though. That's going to give some information away, and the fight is favorable for him. Good early kill on the A site. That's going to help tremendously.
Now, SpeedAx got that control of the apartments as well. Now, Muta's trying to hold on. A good kill from Jay. A big flight from Mutas right through the smoke. He's got one. Roman has taken a headshot, and Mutas is looking for a second. He's mutilating his opponents, and it's SpeedAx left alone into 1v3. Got a second kill potential here, but the bomb is down, and now the time really ticking. He runs and has to commit to the plant immediately upon reaching the site. They know this. They're sprinting him down, but he's got the bomb planted, and sAw with the headshot. He's lucky he gets the bomb plant there. I thought sAw was just going to run him down. But nonetheless, 5 rounds for sAw. The reality, Alex, is they can get 6 rounds.
Yeah, this game's certainly still on the cards for sAw. I wouldn't say it's a close game yet, but it's definitely getting to that point with sAw winning some of these recent rounds. We've got a timeout ahead of this one. I think it's probably a technical issue. I believe I heard some typing and maybe someone dropping from the server. I'm sure we will get that sorted as soon as possible. Into the last round of the half, Nemiga will still have money, especially with that bomb plant, so it will still be a full gun round for both teams. I wouldn't be surprised if Nemiga just default back to that B execute in this last round as well. It was so effective for them earlier in the game. I would expect them to maybe pressure A little bit to begin with, maybe go for those bracket smokes to try and take away information from sAw, and then I wouldn't be surprised to see Nemiga going back to B and just trying to fully execute onto the B site, because that was so good for them earlier in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the approach they take as we get into the last round of the half.
9-6. That's the scoreline I want to see from a neutral perspective, Alex. I want to see this game be as close as it can be. I want to see sAw put up a real fight heading into the second half. And to do that, I really do feel like they need this 6th round. They have a good chance of getting it. The AWP out for sAw. Utility going down, Banana. The Molotov's going to force the player up. Car, and that's Box just running over the top. sAw falling back into more passive position at spawn. Right now, Nemiga just chilling in Banana. They've got 5 players focused towards B. A third from the defense is just rotated over here. They have an extra player on the B bomb site. Nemiga have certainly been abusing B a lot, Alex, and sAw's going to miss that first shot. Here comes the attack, though. Just running right in. Just is going to be at first orange. Just now the attack over the top. MDS coming through. Around the backside, Mutas is going to be shut down. And now the attack continuing as the T side are coming out on top. They're low in HP, though.
Roman's got the quick flank up Banana as well. sAw not able to land a shot through the smoke. SpeedAx still playing close range. Jo shoots his teammate a little bit. Oh, it's so awkward for Nemiga. They're not in good positions, and Box unable to convert the spray. Nemiga get onto the B site, but they can't win in the post plant. Fast rotate from sAw wins them another round. That gets them 6 on their CT side, and it is still anyone's game heading into the second half. That will be coming up after the break.
Clinging sound, my dear, it covers the skies and dreams. Here comes the ruler of my merry Christmas fantasy. Christmas Day, fill my heart with joy, my dear. If you only knew the tricks, when there's a bridge to cross, jump in my Christmas fantasy. Christmas Day, I now linger instead. It's lovely to be here waiting for you. Now at midnight, you know, under the mistletoe, say the magic word, my dear.
mistletoe. Santa whispered in my ear, get on the party train. You've been so good this year, and every girl and boy must have some fun. Next stop is Christmas, oh yeah, the holidays begun. Feeling full of Christmas song, snow upon the railroad track, and get up and make some noise, 'cause there's no turning.
sAw keep it somewhat close at the half, but they are still yet to win a pistol round in this series, Dinko. Let's see if that's about to change, because that is a huge nade.
Box trying to fight down Banana early on. He's taking so much damage on board. 15 HP on Box. JO 74. Flash goes around this corner, and it's going to force those players back. And now Box is going to start going back down Banana. I don't really like that play, to be honest. He does go down very quickly, and just answering back as well on the clock. That's 2 easy kills coming through early on for sAw.
I can't believe Box goes for that on 15 health. He tries to fight back on Banana. Not a play I would have made, Dinko. That's for damn sure. And now Nemiga are down in a 3v5. This is looking like it's got to be sAw's first pistol round win in this series. They've lost all 3 so far, but sPAC has something to say about that. Lollipop gets another kill, but the A site is still wide open.
Running right into the A site, they'll realize it's completely empty very quickly. Muta's trying to hold off this retake attempt for as long as possible, but he doesn't get a single kill on that mid-offensive. And now sAw, they're down a man, and Nemiga starts to charge in towards the safe bomb site. They've been very quick at getting over here. Luckily, Roman has such a good position, but it's just as taking the kills. Finally, he's out of there, and it's all just Roman, left alone, and he's overrun. The kid is still alive, and the round is won by Nemiga. What a wild pistol round, Alex.
That's just so brutal for sAw, man. They get the early 2 kills. They look like they're finally going to win a pistol round, but they can't do it. And I think it just comes down to Nemiga individually across the board being so good in this round, landing so many shots that they probably shouldn't have. Muta seemed to miss some shots when holding from second mid as well. That certainly didn't help sAw. But with the bomb plant, at least sAw can force up into this second round. They've got an AK out for Just. They've got a couple of Galils in there. Even though Nemiga probably have the slightly better buy here, this is still a round that sAw can try and fight for and can try and convert. And if they were to win this one, that's when they can make life really difficult for the CT economy. So a big round here for sAw. This is one I think they really need to win.
It's all about getting that momentum to start off the second half here. They need as much momentum as possible. They need a little bit of success to go their way. And they start turning their attentions back up to Banana. Currently 2 players on the defensive side on B, but they're playing from the site itself. So sAw aren't really going to have much of a contest for top of Banana. And both of the players here on the B bomb site have MP9s. So no rifles to hold off these AKs. So they have to hope that the utility is going to put themselves in a decent enough position that these MP9s can be lethal.
45 seconds remaining, and sAw yet to make a decisive move on this round. They only have a little bit of utility left, and they're going to use a couple of fake smokes towards B while they go back to A with the bomb. And that is drawing a rotation, Dinko. The 2 CTs on A are playing pretty safe right now, and they've got to step up on this hold.
They're running forward. Mutas has a decent position here with the Galil.
He does indeed, leading the charge. sPAC still up close, but it's MDS who's here first. sPAC only good for 1, and MDS gets run down on the bomb site. Lollipop doing damage, but he gets taken out of the round. Clean kills from Mutarus with the Galil. That's going to allow the bomb plant, and that's going to leave these 2 remaining Nemiga players in a really hard position. They've got an M4 recovered into the hands of Box, but the retakes are notoriously difficult on Inferno. At least on the A site, you have some more chances, but there are still so many angles that have to be cleared. Molotov goes into pit, but Arky lands the shot, and it's all on Box. 1v3. It's not going to happen for him. Muterus picks up a triple kill, and sAw win the all-important round to regain control of the economy and give themselves a much better chance in this second half.
Yeah, much better chance picking up that round win. You talked about it heading into it, Alex. You know how important this round was for sAw to pick up, and they got it under their belt. Now it's all about focusing up and making sure they don't lose against these lower tier buys, right? Where you have the Deagles, you have the CZs. We know Nemiga have the potential. We know they have the skill in this team to pull this off. So sAw, they need to give it the respect it requires and pick this round up. Oh, that's not artillery fire right there. Doesn't get anything, but it was fun to listen to.
And the JO just dies to the bullets instead. Good clear from sTododo on that close corner. I think we've seen Nemiga win a similar round to this on Dust 2, where they only had pistols. They got the timings just right, and Box in from above, only good for one. Rotate is arriving, but I'm not sure it's going to get here in time.
Yeah, crossing over. You got Speedak in behind the smoke. The Deagle holding the cross right now. Ori Smoke is going to go down as well. You hate to see that. When you're Speedak in that position, you're just kind of hoping that that smoke will fade away. You'll get a chance, but they run right through. And it's Roman and sTododo taking 2 easy kills. All on MDS, left alone in this 1v4. And it's all about doing as much damage as possible to the economy of sAw. If you could bring a couple of these players down, force a rebuy on a few of these guys, and the money can somewhat become a factor heading into this next one, but he's not really given much of a chance here, Alex, so they should be saving every weapon as they go back down banana.
They'll be fine. They're ringing the bell, letting MDS know where they are and that they are going to be safe to save their guns. Oh, MDS can't get anything at the end, just saving the Deag into this follow-up round. Well, this is looking much better for sAw here. 8 rounds on the board should turn into 9 after this one, considering what Nemiga will have to work with. And more importantly, they've got control of the economy. I think that's the main takeaway, because now Nemiga, they might not even have a perfect buy into the next round. They might be missing some nades even. And just having that ability to reset the CT economy is so valuable here for sAw. That could really make all the difference for them in this game.
It definitely could, and I think, like you said, going into the second half, Alex, this one is certainly still open, right? We know Inferno can go sAw's way. We could head to the 3rd map, but to do that, they've got to be perfect now. They've got to start realizing how they're going to approach this T side. We know Nemiga have very solid individuals. That's something I was saying in the break, Alex. I really do feel like Nemiga across the board have very solid individuals, and they've got depth on that level, right? We've seen JO step up in regulation over on Dust 2, 37 kills. We've seen Lollipop have a great performance. We know this team across the board have individual players that can pop off and deliver. And on the CT side, that becomes a very tantalizing prospect. So we'll see how things go. It's going to be a play around the A side. They're going to wrap on these pistols, and Speedak trying to peek out to the right side with the USP. It's not really given too much here, and he should be dead to rights once this long attack comes through, and there it is.
A shot from Roman is all sAw need to win this round. Nemiga will just be playing for kills at this point. Oh, pretty decent position for sAw to be in. They'll build up some money on their side as well, so they have that little cushion behind them. They don't have to be as worried about just losing a round and instantly being in trouble. They've got a bit of breathing room, which is always nice to have. You don't want to be right up close to your opponents, smelling them, Dinko. That's never fun.
Especially if they don't have deodorant. And from LAN events, like local LAN events, I've noticed that some players do forget to bring deodorant. I love how in my country, at least, Alex, one of the rules is you have to bring a can of deodorant. So, yeah.
That's good. It's a good rule.
Yeah. It's like, remember to bring your LAN cable, your PC, your monitor, and a can of deodorant.
Wow, you don't have to bring your mouse, but you have to bring deodorant. That is interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You can. No,
you want to play on a trackpad, you can.
Yeah, you can do anything you like. Controller, steering wheel. Guitar Hero. Who knows?
Who the hell knows?
You ever tried to play CS with anything other than a mouse and keyboard?
No, because I don't hate myself.
Well, I tried to play with a controller and a steering wheel, and it was just as an experiment. It was awful. And I don't think Faceit let you play with a controller, so that's nice.
Here you go, Dinko trying to innovate, trying to be Astralis, but apparently
Yeah.
he's
Astralis are all about the
level.
steering wheels and the controllers and Counter-Strike.
Of course.
That's the secret, Alex. They've won all those majors because they use a controller.
Exactly.
Nonetheless, here
banana
comes the
control
play.
for sAw.
It actually looks like they're about to execute, but they've fallen off. I never really know when these teams are going to execute, Alex, honestly. We'd seen the last map, in the first half, should I say, it looked like they were going to fall back, and then they randomly execute. Seems like they're kind of up in the air about what they want to do.
Well, they're coming back to top mid. Couple of flashes there. The bomb's still been left behind for sAw, so they're still making up their minds. That Molotov really well placed to force Nemiga back. They have to play from the bomb site, and Just is waiting at the top of Banana. Box tries to get aggressive, but it costs him his life, and Jo has to deliver. He gets the first kill. He gets the follow-up. Nemiga, out of nowhere, get all the kills they need. And Arky is wondering, where the hell have my teammates gone? That is a clean sweep from Nemiga in a matter of seconds.
That was just clean and clinical on the hold. And that's the kind of rounds I want to see out of Nemiga, Alex. That's what we know they're capable of doing. And when you see the individuals across the board just setting up like that, that's something we didn't really ever see from sAw. I feel like those rounds are always hard fought.
At least sAw still have money to continue the buys. It's not the end of the world for them, but it is 11 rounds for Nemiga, and sdododo's playing up close with the AWP. Oh, close range with the sniper. It's such a risk to take that fight, but sdododo is confident he can hit the shot, and this time his confidence was well placed.
That's a big kill coming in. A box out of that. Certainly an important opening kill from sAw. And now
This is
they're
like
going to be
the worst place to be on the CT side of Inferno, man. Like, it just feels so bad right now for them. I think you can see Nemiga are realizing with 4 CTs up, they kind of have to just take a risk. They're 3 stacking B, and if sAw can figure that out, then it should be an easy round for them.
I mean, they're not really even going to get that info on A early on, so MDS is going to have to try and do his best to try and fake out a bit of a stronger hold here in the site. And in fact, he's going aggressive, back up to short, trying to take a couple of fights. They've won 1 battle in Banana, and that's a kill drawn back for sAw. They've got a 2-man advantage, and now the attack coming into the A side. They're going to start wrapping MDS's position. One player's coming out on the balcony, and MDS needs to pop off. He's delivered on Roman. Will get overrun, though, and now Lollipop. He's managed to get over to the A side. He's rotated in time, and he can hold on. A first kill, a second, a swap from Lollipop, and he's shutting them all out.
Oh, the bomb's going to run back, though. They know Lollipop's on the A site. Are they trying to fake this? No, they are just going to run to B, and here's Lollipop. He could be in trouble. Just hears all these steps. He knows the rotate is happening, but the bomb is already going to be on the B site by the time Lollipop arrives.
I like the discipline there from Just to come back and play the post plan. Instead of trying to take that 1v1 fight, he goes back to Banana, and that might just win them the round. Lollipop takes down sdododo very quickly. Now he's looking for the last player in B, but Just is in Banana, and he will get the kill on Lollipop, securing a round for sAw.
Slightly surprised sdododo got caught in the open there, especially considering Just had called that Lollipop was rotating through CT. I guess sdododo didn't quite know what the timing would be like, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Just is in the perfect position to close out the round, to keep sAw on top of the economy game, and to keep themselves on that comeback trail. There's only 1 round in it now, and Nemiga are down to pistols in this one. It's looking like another close map on our hands right here. sAw getting banana control to begin this round. It's all about trying to get the information in this one for the sAw side of things. They need to make sure they don't run into a stack. Otherwise, this could get chaotic on the B-bomb site. This is the kind of round where you'd actually almost prefer to have a MAC-10 in some senses that you can just throw in and not care if you lose it. Because right now you only have AKs, and that means you don't really have any expendable players on the sAw side of things. Because really, I think this round is all about getting information and making sure you don't run into a stack on a bomb site. And right now, Nemiga are indeed stacked towards B. but sAw haven't made their minds up just yet.
Dodo. Oh, sPDAC peeking, and Arky is going to take him away early. I mean, these are the kind of rounds you want to get some of those riskier plays, you know, trying to push apartments solo, trying to take some of these aggressive fights, because you want to create some sort of chaos to allow these pistols to deliver, right? And right now, it's not really worked out for Nemiga. So we should be looking at 11 rounds being tied up. We've walked into the one site that has literally nobody here. And this is not going to work out for Nemiga, of course. So, ball goes down. 11 rounds secured for sAw. And looking forward into the rest of this half, you know, the problem for Nemiga has been, Alex, they haven't really been able to be consistent, right? They haven't been able to string rounds together. And they have one round where they look really clean and clinical on the defensive side. And then the next, they just look completely lost. It's so strange to see, but we'll see how it plays out going into this next one. They will have money to play with.
There's a lot of pressure on that economy game as well, when you can maybe win one round, but then not the follow-up. If Nemiga keep on doing that, then sAw are inherently going to be in better positions in terms of the money. You can see in this round, sAw able to save onto all 5 players, only having to rebuy nades ahead of what will be a full gun round for both teams. Dodo has got the AWP on the T side of Inferno. It's been a much more balanced scoreboard for the sAw side of things. Meanwhile, for Nemiga, Box was really far ahead of the team. The rest of the squad are now catching up to him. We've also got an AWP in the hands of sPDAC and a 3-man B stack to begin things here for Nemiga. Not using too many early nades right now, just a molly and a smoke down banana. And Dodo gets given the chance. They can't quite land a shot.
We seen those Dust 2 door flicks, man. We know what he's capable of doing, so you don't really want to give him too many of those chances. Luckily not landing this one. They go back into middle, and it really does feel like sAw have been able to get a lot of control at the start of these T rounds, Alex. You know, they've been walking up middle, taking full brackets control. They're lucky to try and take banana this time, and in fact, they have been given banana as well. So Nemiga are playing from both sides, and they're actually going to make another gamble rotation and send Box over towards the A bomb side. This actually could work out. They haven't really turned their attentions back over to B here, sAw. So if they decide to finish on this A side, that could be perfect for Nemiga. But look at the players now, Alex. Nemiga, they're going to have a bit of a problem at the B side. They've got 3 players in banana now. sAw just trying to test out what information they've got, what map control they've got available to them. And it looks like A will be the final call. Look at the rotation.
Ooh, yeah, Nemiga is second-guessing themselves. They had 4 players on A, now there are only 2, but one of them is sPDAC with the sniper. He's just gone off the angle at top mid, though. That's going to mean that sAw have a really good chance to get up close to the site before Nemiga spot them.
Oh, this is just a nightmare for Nemiga. They've made the wrong call to send the extra players over towards B, and now the attack into the A sites. Dodo and MDS taking the kills, and now they're going to be looking for even more. Dodo with the quick kill into the bomb site, and that has eliminated every single player on the hold here. The bomb will go down in the nick of time, and sAw, what a fantastic round out of them. I have to say, though, Alex, the setup from Nemiga, when you look at how that setup played out, right? They had no banana control. In fact, they had no one in banana at all. And the one player who was playing towards B was not in a position where he can frag out from the back of New Box or even the coffins. He was playing from spawn. So he's not getting any info. And all it took was a little bit of utility to be used up into B to draw that rotation back from Nemiga.
Oh, kills going both ways at the end here, but sAw can happily take some casualties in order to trade. It is Nemiga's money that remains in question. Only Box saving 1 M4. That's not going to be enough to allow a buy into the next round. We might have to see some heroics for Nemiga. We might have to see some aggression from them, in all honesty, in this round. They've only got the 1 saved rifle. The rest of the players will probably be having pistols in this round. It's starting to get scary for Nemiga here. This map started so strong for them, but it's been slipping out of their hands. sAw have been playing really well on these slow rounds on Inferno. They're the ones who are always forcing the rotations, it feels right now. Box is trapped in Boiler by 2 Molotovs. once those fade, he will be able to get out alive. Jo getting up close towards Banana. Alone in this position, though. And okay, Jo not able to land the shots. Just holds on. And it is already a man advantage for sAw.
Wall buying. That was damn close. Well, I feel like right now we're in the point where sAw have the rhythm of the game, right? They're feeling everything, every decision they're making, every call they've made, right? It has worked. And that's something that you kind of hit that peak, Alex. Everyone's kind of experienced it, even at the lowest levels. You're playing matchmaking, you're calling something that's working. If everything's going exactly as planned, it really does feel impossible to lose at that point. And I think sAw are in a really good position right now where everything they're doing is paying off. Nemiga have not been able to do anything on this defensive half, and sAw are having a great time. All I need is a smoke here for the cross. Finally comes through. I thought he was going to dry pick that. Would have been a little mental, but nonetheless, they get a cross.
Yeah, Box trying to put down some covering fire. Would have needed a couple of kills through the smoke, though, to give Nemiga any sort of chance. And he doesn't get a single one. Nemiga probably should play for exit kills at this point. sAw's money is still really good, though. It's hard to see that changing anytime soon with how this game has been going and with the rounds ticking on down. Nemiga are likely going to have to win quite a few gun rounds before they get to any sort of situation where they can finally feel comfortable in the money. Arky getting another kill towards the bottom of Banana. Another well-played round for sAw. It's not an exciting one, Dinko, but it's one that you've got to win. You've got to make sure you predict and pick the right site. And sAw do that very successfully, making it easy on themselves here in this round.
It really comes down to these gun rounds now at this point for Nemiga, whether we're going to get to see anything out of them that gives us confidence, Alex. Because like I said in the previous round, I was talking about how they haven't really been able to do much at all in the second half. And it certainly has been the case. So when it comes to the buy here, they've got to deliver now. They've got the AWP out, they've got the M4s. There's no more excuses. They need to win this round. Otherwise, sAw will be up 14-11, likely 15-11 given the economy. And then we're looking at map 3 probably, Alex. So, very important round here. Oh, Roman, you ballsy man. That's a big play. That's worked out for him very well. Luckily, Box gets the reply at Banana, but look how much control Roman's got of the A site.
Oh, MBS is getting mollied. He's in so much trouble here. Standing in the flames. He can't get a single kill. And just like that, sAw are onto the A site. And they've got the round in the bag. Nemiga can't do anything about it. The walk through the smoke was so risky, man.
What is he doing, man? It just works. That's what I'm talking about, Alex. When you're in this sort of situation and mentality that every play you're going to make will work, that's the kind of stuff that works. You know, no one's going to attempt that if they're in a bad mindset where they're not feeling super confident, right? No one's going to start walking through a smoke unless you're tilted. But he goes through there fully expecting a great opportunity, a dry peek out long, and he just finds a player looking into the smoke. That's just incredible. Obviously, we're not going to say that's the play you should make all the time, but still great. Still great to watch. Oh. Luckily, most of the players stay alive there for Nemiga.
Now, that'll aid their money significantly. Box has 8 grand in the bank, and that's going to be a second AWP thrown over into the hands of Jo. Could this be the turning point for Nemiga? They need to rely on this double AWP setup paying off for them. Jo and sPAC both AWPing Banana at the start of this round. That is interesting. Furious smoke thrown by the CTs to try and get a little gap to work with, but there's a T-side smoke down as well. Just is going to be playing behind this, and now the AWP really has to back away. You can't have a sniper playing close in those smokes, so Nemiga decide to fall back. In fact, Nemiga decide to rotate heavily over to this A side of the map.
Utility going up. Into both A and B right now. You can see an issue created one soaring deep into sPAC's position. But with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Currently, sAw just sticking in this default. Trying to find as much map control as possible. Muterus close to the smoke. Luckily, no one walking through it this time. You do want to get around that smoke, though. You can see they're setting up for it. Utility should be used up. And Roman, don't do it. Don't go through it. JO's here with an ult this time. They've adjusted their defense. They're ready for this. They've adapted this time. The first kill's down. No utility getting rid of JO. He doesn't have to re-peek, but he's going to do it anyway. Goes back over it. And now sAw down Banana. 3 players sprinting their way back over to B. And this time, Alex, finally, we have a decent setup from Nemiga. They have 2 players in the site.
And they both have mollies here on the Nemiga side. There's a smoke down already.
Oh my
one molly
God,
goes
why?
into the smoke. Box still has one, though. That can slow things down, and sPAC lands the first shot. sAw slowed down significantly on the aggression. Missed shot from sPAC, but the time is ticking, and Box is holding. He gets 2 kills, and finally, Nemiga win another round. It's been a long time coming, but they get their 12th round on the board.
I have to say, Alex, it's good they had 2 Molotovs there. It really is. The first one going into the smoke, the second one actually probably wins them that B holder, at least makes it much easier for them. Holds them back, kind of isolates them into one line of fire, and they do a really good job at shutting it down. Really nice setup. Finally, Nemiga are probably happy for a change, right? They get those engagements in the mid or choke points. Long bracket goes their way. The fight down in towards the site itself goes their way, Alex. And finally, a little bit of hope. Potentially a comeback here.
Well, this time, Nemiga won't be holding their nades. They're using their nades on Banana, but already kills coming through thick and fast. It's sAw who got the better of it, though. They've got the man advantage after getting a kill on Banana and trading at top mid. And now with 3 CTs remaining, Nemiga will be spread thinly across the map. Nuterus is trying to see if he can maybe get something to go his way on the edge of this smoke, but sPAC just commits to the bomb site, and sAw are posturing up towards A.
sPAC holding on out to the left side. A big kill comes through, looking for a second as he moves forward. MDS is a big flank coming right in from behind. It's a big double that's delivered the round surely, but Nuterus in a 1v3 has collected the first kill, but he's caught in the backside, and JO with the AWP secures 13. The money still solid for the Portuguese team, but we're heading into the exciting final few rounds here, Alex. Which way is this going to go? It's open. It's up for grabs. Both of these teams stand a chance.
JO not sticking with that second AWP. That's what the setup they ran to win them these last couple of rounds, but it's just a single sniper now for Nemiga. See if that has any influence on the outcome of the rounds. Right now, though, it's just looking like Nemiga have their confidence back. They're making more plays. Lollipop flashing into mid to look for some early information. Still, though, sAw not giving him the early fights he was looking for. Smoke at the ready for Nuterus. A little walk throw over the top to be able to smoke off long. Lollipop has no line of sight. He'll try and spray through anyway. Not getting the timing right on this occasion. sAw using quite a few of their nades early. They only have 1 smoke remaining now after that lurk smoke goes out through the apartments. And I don't think they can commit off the back of that. MDS has a smoke up of his own. He can hold this angle. The utility really running low here for sAw. This has to be a contact play.
The nade going deep into the apartments. 50 seconds. And sAw, look at the utility, Alex. They've got 50 seconds left. They haven't really got much control of the map either. Oh, just trying to take a fight at Coffin. Smoke is up. Flashbang holds them off. A good bit of damage done through that smoke onto Just. Now down to 51. 20 seconds left. They've got to go, and it's the A side they're coming into. Stododo looking for the first kill here into Pit. The flashes are up, but Nemiga holding on. Now Lollipop, it's criminal that he doesn't get 1 kill on the hold, and that has allowed sAw straight into the A site.
That's the round done. There's nothing they can do on the Nemiga side of things. They have to back away. The retake is not going to go their way. And sPAC could be in trouble. Oh, he just about jumps across to safety. Roman misses his chance, but sAw are going to be hunting this down hard. Just goes down. sPAC still trying to hold CT. sAw getting into position. How many players do they want to commit to this, though? Their money isn't great, so they probably only want to lose 1 or maybe 2 more members here. Uterus will be the man going in to try and do a bit of extra damage at the end. Oh, he's got the timing just right. He's got the flank. That's the orb dropped, and it's only going to be saved M4s. Box able to get another kill from behind. 2 saved rifles for Nemiga, but it's map point for sAw.
Nemiga, I mean, the hold they had on their A site, there was a couple of seconds left. sAw had no utility. They had 1 smoke and 1 Molotov. All they needed to do was frag out. And I have to say, sAw did use the remaining utility very well. The Molotov into the pit really made it uncomfortable. You know, they needed that molly to land properly. They needed it to be effective, because if the pit player stays alive for such limited time, Alex, he can just win the round. You know, if he just hides in the pit behind the wall, just peeks out, delays the bomb plant. Got round done. 14 on the board for Nemiga. They tie things up. So good job from sAw to work the utility in their favor, but still, Nemiga should have done much more with that. Still a chance here to pick up the round win though, and to potentially pull it to overtime. Box has been a big part of their success here on Inferno, and he's going to go for more. A double kill. Box wants overtime, and he is fighting back for 14. That's 2 big kills to start off the round.
Gets an AK as a reward for his early success. And he gets back to the B-bomb site. Box banging him out on Banana at the start of this round. Nice work from Nemiga to get those early kills. And then Box realizes he doesn't need to stick around for the control, because they have the advantage on the Nemiga side. They should be able to trade out successfully just holding it from the site itself. Roman could be the man to make the difference here, though. There were some nades thrown towards B by sAw, which drew the rotation from Lollipop away from A. That allowed Roman to get into the back lines, and he turns around for the first kill. MDS not able to get a kill from the pit. It's SpeedAct missing the mark. It's sAw with all the kills onto the A site, and it's a very difficult retake for Nemiga, but one they have to win to stay in this map.
They've got to pull this off, otherwise sAw will send us to map number 3. Box runs up middle. They're going very quick here. Low HP on the last 2 remaining players. They look to overcome the site. Flash out to the right side as Box is held back, and now looking for a little bit of action. Smoke down for the cross. They haven't checked Graveyard yet, and that's where one player is. Off the left side as well in the close corner, and there's just no winning this round. 16-13. sAw will take the win, and we will go to the 3rd map.
Nemiga had players in position. They just could not hold that A site for the life of them. They don't get a single kill between them. No chance on the retake. Fantastic work from sAw, though, coming back into this series. It was a slow start for them on the first map. Here on Inferno, they had to come back as well, but the second half, the T side was outstanding for them. And now, I mean, going into Nuke as a 3rd map, I might favor sAw, honestly. They've been really solid on this map. They've got some good wins on Nuke. I think they're a good Nuke team. I think it's really close, but honestly, I might favor sAw now.
Yeah, I think going into that 3rd map, I didn't really see enough from Nemiga on the 2nd. We mainly seen a huge individual step up on Dust 2 as well in a lot of those rounds. So, yeah, I feel like with the momentum going with sAw, I feel like there's a real good chance for them to take this 3rd map, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this 3rd one will play out. We've got a good game of Counter-Strike coming up nonetheless, and join us after the break.